Here we go, a 2-lap team time trial on the Yorkshire Harrogate UCI course. This was the 2019 Worlds course that Zwift put out. It's 28.2 kilometers with 400 meters of elevation gain for the whole thing. We start off with Utley Road, which is a pretty long climb, and then it's down Pot Bank where you'll get to Supertuck. Then it's the Yorkshire KQOM, and the other noticeable part is that climb to the finish line. So here's the DS notes for a 2-lap team time trial. On the left we have the distances for lap 1, on the right we have the distances for lap 2. On the bottom I have the key things in the ride marked out. That's what a representation of 1 lap down there, not 2, but you get the idea. Of course, the best way to consume these, as always, is to follow the link that I've popped up now in the top right and download the DS notes from the Coffee Club. Free. In terms of bikes, this is all up or down. I think a Tron wins the day, but I could certainly make an argument that says what you lose on the uphill, you gain on the downhill if you're on an aero bike. As I recall on this route, when Eric at Zwift Insider did the tests, Tron actually came in exactly the same as an aero bike. So make your choice. Let me know what you ride with. In terms of the target times, this is to get a PL spot. For Doppio, I think a mixed team will hit 39 minutes exactly. For Espresso, I think the ladies Vienna will hit 46, while the mixed team will hit 39.30. That might be a bigger gap than it will be in reality. I'm not sure, I'll have to think about that. We'll see how you guys do. Frappe 48 and 40. Latte 50 exact for the ladies and 45 for a mixed team. And then Mocha, I think both the mixed and the ladies will be 53.30. It'll be interesting to see where they really come in. Let's just jump right into the ride. So it starts out and it's flat for 400 meters before you hit Utley Road. That's plenty of time to get yourselves in formation and sort yourselves out before we hit the nice steady climb of Utley Road. This does not widely vary. It averages 4%, but it's between 3 and 5 the whole way up. If you take a look at the route that we're going to be following today, you can see, just like you could on the 2D version of this, it's all up or down with no flat. The trick will be discipline and staying together, and towards the end, the DS being brutally honest about who should stay and who should go. All right, what do I want you to do? Then I want you to tell all your friends about Sherpa Dave and about this video. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and download the notes. Obviously, it's always nice if you decide to donate a little to the Coffee Club, and there's plenty of opportunities to do that, but you absolutely do not have to. Okay, we're still going up Utley Road. It is a steady climb, 1.7 kilometers. As I said earlier on, you hit it at 400 meters and on lap 1, and at 14 kilometers on lap 2. It's not a hard climb. It's what's important really, as that you all just use this hill to steady yourselves and go up smoothly as a group. It's pretty much going to be draftable all the way up as long as you're maintaining a decent amount of speed. It's flat now to 2.4 kilometer or 16.1 kilometer, just a short 200 meters. If you have broken up a little, use that time to regroup, and then we're straight into a 500 meter descent, averaging -6% on the way down. Some of you will be able to super tuck as you go down here, and that's good. And then we head back up 1.7 kilometer, averaging only 1.5%, because this is really the only area of flat or gentle grade that you get on the whole ride. It's steep there at the start and steep a little at the end, but this kilometer in the middle is flat, as long as you define flat as anything between 2% and -2%, which is how I defined it here. You should be preparing yourself now for the sharp descent that is Pot Bank, and you will definitely be able to super tuck down this hill. You can see from that deep blue at the bottom how steep it gets, and I think that this is probably one of the steepest descents, or ascents if you're going the other way, in the entire Zwift universe at the moment. You can see clocking -20% as we went through there. Now, as we go around that dog leg, it kicks up as it does, as it did just then. Make sure you're back on the power through that bump. And then it's a steady climb now, averaging just 3% for 900 meters. Get yourselves back in formation. It's a steady climb all the way up. Far in the distance we can see the end of this particular climb, because you can see that little squirrel balloon. It's a great landmark as it gets bigger and bigger, and then on the mini map you can see the sharp right hand turn, and the hill ends right as you make that turn. There we go. And now we start the downhill towards the KQOM. You should be accelerating at this part of the descent because you want to hit super tuck speed as you get to the steeper part here. You should be super tucking now. Keep that super tuck until we get to this point. You should be back on the power now because you're about to hit the KQOM. So this is a hill in 3 parts. Part 1 is 600 meters ish, around 5%. There's a very short flat or flatter area, and then the remaining 500 meters is 7%. So while it averages from top to bottom, or bottom to top, 5.5%, you have to expect sustained sections of 7%, as you can see from where we are right now. This little dog leg that we're approaching, that's the flatter area. So a little bit of respite there, perhaps regroup if you need to. Down to 1% just for a very short period of time, and then we're back on the hill, and it averages steeper for this section, so it averages 7% from here to the end. And since this is a team time trial and not a race, it's important for you to know that it flattens just before we get to the KQOM marker at the top. So if you're gauging when you can relax a bit, it's just before you hit this marker. Gate, I suppose, not marker. There we go, dropping 3, 2%, 1%, and the descent kicks in now. So this is 1.2 kilometers down, and it averages -5%, but there really isn't a lot of opportunity to super tuck here. You might be able to, but I'm not sure it's worth the effort given that you're all trying to stick together. This descent comes in at 10.2 and 24.1 kilometer into the race. And it ends where we see this big junction down below, which is where the Royal Pump House is. Here it is. Round the corner, back up again. 200 meters incline and gets up to about 7%, but not for long, and then it flattens out. There we go. And it's actually around 1 or 2% from here to the sprint marker, which is at 11.1 or 25.1 kilometers. All you have to do now is just stay together. Sprint gate is just around this corner. You can see it in the mini map, you can see it in the real map. And now it's back down again. There's 4 ramps downwards here, and there is a nasty bump up between the 3rd and the 4th of those ramps. And we're on that nasty bump right here. You can see it got up to 8%. Alright, we're over that now, and it's back downwards to 13.4 lap 1, 27.3 lap 2. As we go around this bend, keep an eye out for another squirrel balloon. There it is. That tells you when you're going to hit the incline that takes you all the way to the finish line. And it's tough for that first 100 meters. It hits 10%, as you can see, but it's not for long. You can just push, particularly on that last lap. All right, and now it just eases. And it's just 1 or 2% from here to the end. There you go. You are done. You're done now. Just leave you in the usual way with the DS notes again, but please remember to download them. The bike choices and of course the target times. If I don't talk to you between now and Thursday, ride on everybody.